what's on my phone videos. All right, so my iPhone is the RX red in red. So I'm going to show you what's up on my iPhone. So that video is called what's up on your iPhone. So that's all my screen is a picture of me, and I'm not gonna make you see my password. So wait a minute. Back. Wait. What's up, man? On my iPhone now, this is how the setting. This is a picture. The background is a picture of me. So I have the first. I have the book. I have the book. Then you have the filing, WhatsApp, the niche. Then you have numbers. Then you have the iPhone. Then you have the iPhone apps. Then you have the pages. Then you have the iMovie. Then you have the cap. Then you have Facebook, Instagram. Then um you have YouTube because I do YouTube. Then I have Pandora, YouTube stuff because I do Pandora. Then I have Snapchat. This one. Then I have then Google Camera. Then I have Facebook. Then I have the takeout apps. The post mark. Then you have this card. Then you have this one. The key for your keyboard. Then you have the keyboard. Then you have Live Me. Then you have Hulu. Then you have this one. Then you have the phone apps. Then you have Instagram. Then search button. Then the messenger. Then the next page you have the calendar. You got the cash app. Then you have the all that. This is what it is on my phone look like. The weather. Yeah. This is how my phone look like. So anything that are new for iPhone XR, you can tell me in the below that I could get some of that. You see me? So this is all I have on my phone. So if you like these videos, please subscribe, share, and I'll meet you in the box below. Leave comments, subscribe, share, and like, and leave your opinions in the box below, and I'll be in the box down in the box below. So welcome back to my channel. This is how my phone look like. This is how it is. Nothing important, you see, like really and truly. It just nothing that is important, and I have a case for it. So this is how my case look like. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you want me to do different videos, please tell me what kind of video you would like to see in the next time. So I see you. Bye.